Well, having performed in his teens for millions of screaming fans across the planet with Latin sensation, the band Menudo, he has now emerged a transformer with everything he does from his workshops to music. Ash Ruiz, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Nina.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, it's so fun to have you.
Yay.
One thing that I always think about him when we met at Gate a few months ago is that you're just filled with love. You you feel better when you're around you.
I feel like a Twinkie.
Or ho-ho.
Or ho-ho.
So, how did you go though? I mean, you were a screaming sensation in terms of Menudo,
Yes.
this teen idol. How do you go from there to here?
Oh, I love that, from there to here. Well, while I was in Menudo, we had the wonderful opportunity to travel all over the world. And it was really great to go to all these really cool places. One of the places we went to film a video at was Machu Picchu. And while I was there in Machu Picchu and the helicopter landed and my feet touched the ground, I had a moment that I kind of disappeared. There was no me, there was no Machu Picchu, there was no universe, there was no thoughts, there was no Lama. All that remained present was this open, spacious clarity. This kind of, it's like the attention turned on itself.
So the question though that I have for you, because I think it's
Yes.
interesting, you had this kind of experience when you
Yes.
landed, but you were still this teen idol sensation.
Yes.
Sometimes people go through the dark night of the soul. I mean, was it always this kind of enlightened journey, or was the journey a little more bumpy?
Well, the journey had a lot of fertilizer. So, a lot of different ingredients. My father was diagnosed with AIDS when I was 12 years old. So, at being 12 and having that experience happen, I was really, first of all, it killed me. I mean, I would remember crawling on the floor crying because my dad, and at that time, it was in 1988, 87, it was a death sentence. So it was really, really hard, and it really led me to question what life was about. What is death really? What happens when one dies? And being kind of stewing in that at such a young age, I was hypersensitive to the energies that are around me. And I think that was really wonderful ingredients to blossoming into love.
That's an interesting thing about being sensitive, because I think that's a really wonderful thing, because I can be very sensitive around energy as well, right?
Yes.
But sometimes when you're sensitive, you also can take on a lot, and you seem very grounded and happy.
Yay.
So were you able not to maybe take on other people's stuff in the process, especially at such a young age?
Yeah. Well, one thing that's so much fun is that I really noticed that other people didn't exist per se. It's kind of like goes in alignment with quantum physics, where if you take any object and look at it close enough, it reveals itself to be spaciousness. And just like the dense objects of our minds, such as an ego identification or conditioning or programming, when you take a moment to really allow it to be as it is, it reveals its true nature, the treasure that exists in all phenomena.
So what do you do to have fun in life? What, besides obviously music, that's your
Yes.
passion, and you have a very transforming message, which we'll get to. What do you do just to relax and have fun?
Relax and have fun.
What's it like to be Ash?
Oh, I love going hiking. I love to dance. I love talking with my friends. And what's so much fun is that life itself constantly is continuously revealing, the comedy. Just sitting somewhere, observing people, listening to how people talk to one another, the things that we say to each other. I mean, it's really crazy because everything's fun for me.
What would you say to somebody, though, that is just starting out and wants to be that teen idol sensation, knowing what you know now? What would you say to them?
What I would tell them is that you, just as you are an incredible, valuable, beautiful gift. And in your willingness to be yourself, that's where the nectar is. That's what people really eat up, because there's nothing more delicious than an authentic heart.
Now you have a new CD coming out,
Yeah.
and it's I want to be the one.
Yeah, one.
The one, yes. So it's coming out in probably May, June, somewhere along that line. But we
Yes.
have a clip actually,
Oh, you
and I'd
do?
love to have everybody check it out. Okay, so let's check a clip out from Ash's video.
Awesome.
I wanna be the one to tell you that you're beautiful each day. I wanna be the one to hold you when your world feels dark and gray. I wanna be the one that loves you and calls you out on your shit. I wanna be the lucky fellow you share this illusion with. Hey, I wanna be that one, be that one, be that one that got to be me. I wanna be that one, be that one, be that one, that one need.
Even your music is fun. I love it. I could be
Yay.
with you all day long. It's
I
like
love
soak
it.
up Ash. So, what is your main message to the world? Since that's our question of the week, is what is your message to the world? So what is yours?
My message to the world. My message to the world right now, well, as I take a moment to just acknowledge the support of the chair, of the floor, this moment, the miracle of you watching this right now, technology, noticing how everything is in support of this moment being exactly as it is. My message is that it's okay to be who you are. There is well-being here. There is overflowing life and goodness here. All one has to do is notice. So have you noticed the richness of life that is here right now?
And the beauty of it too is before we actually even started, what was the message to the
Oh,
world?
the
Wait a
message
minute.
to the world
no,
at
no.
that moment was, this is my message to the world.
Oh, shake, rattle, and roll, Ash Ruiz,
Okay.
yes. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show with us today.
Such a joy.